Are you looking for the best ice cream maker? I have compiled a list of top 5 ice cream makers this year. These ice cream makers are handpicked based on the overall design, hardware, customer reviews, and expert reviews. I will show each of the ice cream maker's strengths and weaknesses. If you want more information and updated pricing on the products mentioned, be sure to check the links in the description down below. Okay, so let's get started with the video. Number 1. Winter ICM 200 LS. The Winter ICM 200 LS is one of our all-time favorite ice cream makers. This appliance doesn't require the ingredients to be cooled beforehand or a bowl to be frozen overnight. This makes it a great option for the impulsive ice cream maker out there, creating ice cream or gelato in as little as 35 minutes. It made all-around excellent frozen treats and is overall easy to use and convenient. The bowl is simple to clean, especially since you don't need to wait for it to thaw like its freezer bowl counterparts, and has 3 different operating modes, so you can fine-tune your frozen treats' consistency. Unfortunately, this appliance is on the more expensive side and decently large, meaning you should think about how often you will make ice cream when considering if the Winter ICM 200 LS is worth the investment in cost and countertop real estate. Additionally, we weren't too impressed with the overall build quality of this product. The first one we ordered arrived broken and leaking, forcing us to immediately exchange it. Like most compressor-powered machines, the Winter ICM 200 LS doesn't take too kindly to being stored inverted for long periods. However, the Winter ICM 200 LS is an all-around excellent machine for the serious home ice cream maker, but it might be a little more machine than the occasional user might need. Number 2. Cuisinart ICE 21. The Cuisinart ICE 21 is one of our favorite non-compressor ice cream machines, and we think it is the best bet for most people shopping on a budget. This model only took about 15 minutes to make excellent ice cream given the correct preparation, ingredients pre-chilled and bowl frozen for 8+ hours. The Cuisinart ICE 21 doesn't take up a ton of countertop space, and even better, comes at a relatively reasonable price. It makes delicious ice cream that is on the creamier side, being much softer than other machines, usually requiring a brief rest in the freezer to firm up. However, the Cuisinart ICE 21 is a freezer bowl style machine, meaning that you do need to pre-freeze the bowl for at least 8 hours and can't make different batches of ice cream back to back. Cleaning up once you're done isn't too bad, but you do need to wait until the bowl is thawed completely, as hot water can damage the fluid inside, and room temperature or cold water will immediately freeze to the bowl when washing. Get used to leaving a bowl of melting ice cream in your sink for hours on end if you decide to go with the Cuisinart ICE 21. Regardless, this is still a great option for someone who likes to make small amounts of homemade ice cream on an occasional or semi-regular basis, and one of our favorite ice cream makers. Number 3. Nostalgia ICMP 400 Blue 4-quart electric ice cream maker. If you are searching for a fairly low-cost ice cream maker that can make large ice cream batches with minimal prep, you should consider the Nostalgia ICMP 400 Blue 4-quart electric ice cream maker. This machine uses the rock salt and ice method to freeze your ice cream, meaning that it is ready to go whenever you want, no pre-freezing required provided you have plenty of rock salt and ice on hand. This machine made some delicious frozen treats in our tests, with a softer and creamier texture than many of its compressor and freezer bowl counterparts. It has more than enough power to add mix-ins, and is decently easy to clean and use. We also like that there is a cap that you can use to store your finished ice cream right in the container where you churned it. You will have several pounds of partially melted ice and brine to dispose of, so there is still going to be more cleanup involved with these types of ice cream makers than compressors or freezer bowls. This appliance is also a little on the louder side. However, if you are trying to make large batches of freshly churned ice cream at once and are shopping on a limited budget, we think it's hard to beat. Number 4. Hamilton Beach 68330 and 4-quart. The Hamilton Beach 68330 and is one of the least expensive ways to make large quantities of ice cream at home. You don't need to pre-freeze components for long periods, and provided you have ample rock salt and ice, you can make multiple batches back to back. It makes delicious ice cream that's on the softer side, barely firm enough to hold a scoop shape. Overall, it's straightforward to use, with a motorized paddle that churns the ice cream and automatically stops once it reaches the correct consistency. Unfortunately, this ice cream maker is exceptionally loud, bordering on ear-splitting. It's almost impossible to carry on a conversation over it, and our testers resorted to earplugs or noise-canceling headphones when they were staying in the same room while it was churning. Cleanup can also be a giant hassle, as you have to deal with around 3 cups of rock salt and 12 pounds of melted ice per batch. In addition to the machine being hard to clean, it always seemed to make a giant mess across the surrounding area even when we laid out a plastic tray to contain it. The Hamilton Beach 68330 and is great if you love traditionally made ice cream, are shopping on a budget, and need large batches. However, be prepared to vacuum up large amounts of rock salt every time you use it. Number 5. Cuisinart ICE 100. We found the Cuisinart ICE 100 to be the best of the group when it came to frozen yogurt, creating a thick and creamy confection that, given how quickly bowls were emptied, must have been enjoyed immensely by our judges. The gelato was silky smooth and delicious, and the ice cream was thick enough that it held a scoop shape without additional freezing. It is fairly easy to use, with the machine stopping on its own once the correct consistency is churned, and reliably made excellent ice cream. Like the Winter ICM 200 LS, storing the Cuisinart ICE 100 can be a bit of a hassle, as it is a decently large kitchen appliance. We also found that most recipes we followed would cause the bowl to overflow a bit, making cleanup a bit more of a hassle. The inspection door to add mix-ins or check consistency also dips into the ice cream when you lift it, and the paddle has plenty of nooks and crannies to catch ice cream in, creating even more cleanup work.